run some of the mini bikes around here on standard 87 octane, but the only thing is with 87 octane, it contains around 10% ethanol. And with that ethanol in the fuel, it reduces the shelf life to around 3 months, give or take, unless you run some kind of stabilizer in the gas. So a lot of the times I'll have to run around and start the bikes. If I let them set too long, I'll have to clean the carb. And then some of the gas stations around here sell 87 octane clear gas. It has 0 ethanol. So it has around a 6-month shelf life. So without the ethanol content in the clear gas that attracts water and causes corrosion and clogs the small passages in the carb, how will it run as far as performance goes in a mini bike? Both fuels have the same octane rating, it's just one has ethanol and one doesn't. So to find out, I'm gonna test this clear 87 octane on probably the fastest mini bike on the channel so far. So we have this bike, the Coleman 3-horse powered micro bike. And this bike, I think, came with a 1-horse, and I swapped out the 1-horse for a 3-horse. And the only thing that's done to it is the internal and external governor delete, a header pipe, a high flow air filter, and the timing is advanced with a timing key. Then of course I swapped out the gearing for a universal sprocket adapter, or sprocket hub. Then I used a riser mount to mount the engine. So if you haven't checked out the build videos on this bike, go check it out. So I'm gonna run this bike on straight 87 octane with ethanol first, from 0 to 30 in top speed. Then I'll come back and swap out the 87 octane, or the E10, for the clear gas with no ethanol. And I'll go back out and do the same test, and we'll see what happens. So let me see if I can get this thing started. It's been set in a couple months, so hopefully the carb is not dirty. So I'm gonna have to pull this pilot jet out of here because I cannot keep it running. So it already clogged in a matter of a couple months. So luckily the low speed is right on top up here on this carb. So it'll be easy enough to clean. Oh yeah, that thing is totally clogged. Man, it didn't take very long. So let me clean that out. I'm gonna pull this bowl off of here real quick. There we go. It sure doesn't take much to clog up those small passages in those carbs. I think this bike's only been set for like 2.5 or 3 months, and it's already clogged up. So anyway, I'll go ahead and take it out for a 0 to 30 in top speed, and we'll see what it does, and then I'll come back and swap in the clear fuel. Test this thing out from 0 to 30. Seems like it runs pretty good for only being a 3-horse. Let me get this draggy set up. All right, 0 to 30. 3-horse on a micro bike. Man, this thing's a rocket ship. Oh man, I only hit like 28. I gotta do it over. All right, let me try it again. Man, fires right up the first pull now. All right, let me give myself a longer run this time. Second and a 10th, 0 to 30. Coleman 3-horse on the micro bike. seemed faster that time. All right, let's see what we did. All right, 0 to 30 in 11.92. So this thing is a rocket. All right, let me go do a top speed. Pretty fast. So far, let's see what we did so far. So far we did 36.77. Let me run it down the street here and we'll see what it does. So this bike's a rocket ship. It did 11.92 0 to 30 and 40.53 top speed. I think I might take this thing down to LA and drag race it. So now I will drain out the 87 and fill her back up with ethanol-free clear gas. Let's see if we have any 87 left in here. Oh yeah, it's got quite a bit in there, so I'm gonna have to drain it out. At least the fuel line is not too brittle for setting so long. Get this drained out of here. Got all the 87 drained out of there, so now I will fill it back up with the rocket fuel. And even if it's not any faster with the ethanol-free 87, I think it'll be worth it with the 6-month shelf life. So I don't have to worry about the carburetors getting clogged. All right, let's fill her up with this clear gas, which is totally clear. It even has a little bit different smell than regular gas. It actually doesn't smell like 87 octane. So now I'll fire it up and run all the 87 octane out of the bowl before I go test it out. I'll stop up here a little closer, give myself more of a runway. 0 to 30 clear gas in Coleman powered microbike. right, this thing's definitely a rocket ship. Oh man, I didn't catch 30. Let me do that again. Man, that's the second time that happened. Must be all this power. All right, 0 to 30, 87 octane clear gas in the microbike. I mean, it feels about the same, but who knows? Oh man, it's a little bit slower. So it did 0 to 30 in 13.49. So it definitely likes the ethanol fuel better from 0 to 30. So let me try top speed. So we have to beat 40.53 top speed. I mean, it feels pretty good. Let's see what we did so far. So far we did 37.17. So let me take it down the street here and we'll see what it does. So the bike slowed down from 0 to 30 and top speed. So with the 87, it did 11.92, 0 to 30, and 40.53 top speed. Then I added the 87 clear gas, 13.49, and then dropped a few miles per hour, 37.22. So the ethanol content must oxygenate the fuel and make for better combustion. So is the clear gas worth it? It slows the bike down, but it has double the shelf life. I mean, with this bike, it doesn't make a difference because it's a rocket ship no matter what fuel I use in it.